Orthopedic surgery, neurology, cardiology, urology, hematology and oncology, neonatology, and hyperbaric medicine. These are the specialties patients will have more access to this week with the opening of the GRMC Specialty Care Center in Harmon. GRMC Chief Operations Officer Gloria Long says the clinic is set to open on Wednesday. All major insurances will be accepted, she says. However, they will not be able to accept Medicare, Medicaid, and MIP just yet. Long explains why.
It's a tricky process. The Joint Commission is what we're using to get what's called deemed status to meet the Medicare requirement. So the Joint Commission will come after we've seen at least 30 patients inpatient so that they can review our records and make sure they'll review our policies, they'll review our building, they'll review our staff and their training, and then they'll review our patient records and documentation.
The center will have a team of 7 doctors. Focusing on sports medicine, there's orthopedic surgeon Dr. Terry Seaman, cardiologist Dr. Marion Holland, her husband, urologist Dr. Ramsey Shishakli, hematologist oncologist Dr. Paul Cody, neonatologist Dr. Daniel Beaver, hyperbaric medicine specialist Dr. Edna Acuna, and neurologist Dr. Justin Hale. Dr. Hale says Guam holds a special place in his heart. His grandfather was a liberator during World War II, and his parents met on Guam. His father was in the Navy, and his mother taught at Barragata Junior High.
You know, I just grew up hearing about it, and for me it was always very idyllic. My dad talks about the scuba diving that he did, and my mom talked about the fiestas and being invited to all these events, and how friendly the Guamanian people were and to her, and so I for me I guess I felt like it was, I don't know, almost like destiny that I end up here, and it's a way to give back to the people who had been so warm and welcoming to my parents.
The specialists also talk about some of the similarities in healthcare challenges they've observed between Guam and where they come from. For example, Dr. Seaman says Medicare reimbursements is a challenge nationwide. And Dr. Cody, having practiced in other islands himself, says many small islands are faced with the challenge of limited availability of specialties.
Reimbursement issues, Medicaid, we have that.
Where from?
States too. Yeah. There's always a challenge with, those issues.
Where I've worked, the islands feel that their problems are very unique. And I found that the problems are actually a lot more similar and different. You have different cultures, you have different income brackets, you have people that can't afford medicines, you have challenges of healthcare that's not available on the island, and patients that have to get sent off the island, and all the costs that entails.